Alright, there she is. We've already done one zone in the sprinkler system, but we're going to blow out the rest of the sprinkler system. I can already tell that this system's a lot improved over the old Craftsman 4.9 CFM at 90 PSI compressor I was using. So let's go open zone 2 and see how much air we use. Right now it's bypassing itself, so it's at full 170 PSI. So we'll go over here and turn the next zone on and see how long it takes. So to do this, basically you just do, we've already done zone 1, I'm going to do zone 2, turn it over to run. Every sprinkler system's different. You hear the air, and there we go. I want to say there's five or six heads per, so let it sit there and do its thing. So initially I'm on zone 5 now. Initially I had the PSI up at 60, but I think I only need 40 this time. I don't know why I need less PSI. I think just I can conserve air a little bit better, so I'm not trying to hurry quite as much. So I mean, you're here in the Lister cycle, so that means we're not anywhere near capacity, and this job normally to get to this point would have taken me about 45 minutes, and I've been at it maybe 10. So huge time savings, almost enough that I can justify keeping the Lister. I'm going to go ahead and cycle to the next zone. So we'll stop this one. We're going to go to zone 5 and open her up. Zone 5 is over here. Zone 5 is actually one of the zones that we, no, it was zone 6, never mind. You can see that sprinkler head right over there is hitting the fence. I don't know why it's even there, but it is what it is. Previous owner put this in. When I do the full shed video, I'll kind of give you some funny stories about the sprinkler system, stuff like that. But so I'm just going to keep going here. This is pretty easy. We're getting fading light, so I don't have that much to film light-wise, but Lister's running really good. Still haven't put any diesel fuel in it. Probably need to after this. I might put just a little bit in it, run it a little bit more before winter, but other than that, I think it's going to go up on a shelf for this winter unless it sells. So anyway, thanks for watching. Alright, so I figured I'd give a rundown using the Lister for blowing up the sprinkler system. Ran the unit pretty hard for a little over an hour in total, and I noticed a couple things that I probably wouldn't have seen. I actually ended up having to come back out to the shop and get, that was just an old gas can. I just put some diesel fuel in it to fill the diesel tank up. I don't think it would have run out, but I wanted to make sure because it was just getting pretty low in there. So, but overall it performed really, really well. I did identify that I have, see if I can get this in there, crank seal on the compressor head leaks a little bit. You can kind of see the oil in there, so I have to work on that. Have an exhaust leak right there. Not a big deal, I kind of already knew about that. And then I've got some oil coming out of the compressor, out of the air filter. I think that was due to a malfunctioning bypass valve. I got to look into that. So that'll be another task for another day. And I'll also have just some worn out seals up here. That seal's leaking right there, and then I think it's just dripping down here, and then around the oil filter housing, which, I mean, that's kind of to be expected. I'm not overly shocked about any of that. I mean, it is a, you know, almost 40-year-old unit, so I'm not too shocked. And I kind of already knew about that leak right there. Other than that, performed really, really well. It saved about half the time that I have typically done this in. The only concerning spot that I saw is right in there. If you can see that, I don't know if you can. If you see the, I don't know, there we go, right in there, there's a little liquid. I don't know if it's oil or what, but that appeared in the last about 5 minutes of running, so I'm gonna have to dig into that some. But overall, I mean, nothing I wouldn't expect from a 40-year-old compressor. So worked really, really well. I'm happy with it. Next task will be to make sure all the water is draining out of the tank. I'll do that in about a week or so. It's not in too much danger of freezing or anything between now and then. And we'll go ahead and I'll get it up there on the top shelf for the winter. So the unit is for sale if anybody is interested. It's got a high price on it right now, just because, well, I mean, just to see, you know, if somebody wants to buy it, they can, but it's kind of a, I think it's high, but that's just me. Maybe somebody does want it that bad, mostly because I want to play with it. So it is for sale, but I'm not actively trying to sell it. So, and I don't want to say a price here because this video will be up for a really long time, or hopefully a really long time. And I don't want to quote a price that is not either realistic or not what it eventually sells for. So anyway, thanks for watching.